everybody. Welcome to CWC Daily for April 10th, 2025. We've got a fun show for you today. John Cena adds a new appearance before WrestleMania. Nick Khan says he could care less about the IWC. And Gunther commits long-term to WWE. I am your host, the Notorious D, joined once again by the Queen of Casual Level Up, Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
You know the drill. One big topic, some Discord-fueled chaos, and all the headlines that actually matter. Fill in our energy, then show some love. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment. And pull up in the Casual Wrestling Discord. No gatekeeping, no fluff, just raw, unfiltered wrestling talk. If you have a hot take, drop it in the comments, slide into the Discord, or shoot us an email at questions@casualwrestling.com. And make sure to remember the Casual Wrestling merch store is coming back next week. Fresh heat. The show is brought to you by the Casual Wrestling merch store. But let's start the episode, Lauren, with our topic of the show, which is, I kind of prepped you, but I didn't give you full details on what we're doing here.
Yes, sir.
So I have two wrestlers,
okay,
and this is going to be a new reoccurring segment that we do, okay? I have two wrestlers, and I want you to give them scores.
Okay.
And I don't tell you who the wrestlers are before we get on the show. I'll drop who the wrestler is on you, and then you're going to give me a score for their mic skills, their theme song, their finishing move, their character, their in-ring ability. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, I know you may not know some of these things, so it's up to you to figure out how you want to score that. Because, like, if you don't know the theme song, is the theme song really that good?
True.
Or the theme song could be a new theme song, which means you haven't heard it yet. Something to that effect, okay?
Yeah.
So
let's
today,
figure it out.
Today, you're going to be ranking two wrestlers against each other. We are going to figure out who you prefer, and you are my sample size of the casual wrestling world. The world even, like I say that the people in the Discord, we're casual, but you are the avatar. No, and I don't mean, this is not meant to be disrespectful,
yes,
but you are the avatar for what 80% of the audience is. Somebody who watches wrestling. You don't watch every week.
No.
You have an idea of the stories that are going on, but you're not beat to beat moment. You may not know the names of the moves or the finishers and things like that. So I think it's interesting to get your perspective as an outsider,
all right,
on what you really feel about these people. All right, so number one. So your first person is Logan Paul, okay?
All right.
So here we go. Logan Paul, I need you to give me, on a scale of 1 to 10, what you think and why you think Logan Paul is this number on a microphone.
On a microphone.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to give him a 10 because every time that Logan Paul speaks, I want to listen. And he keeps me interested. He could say something crazy. He could say something, whatever. To me, that's a 10 because it's got my attention no matter what.
Interesting, because you're setting the scale. A lot of people wouldn't give a 10 out.
I'm gonna give it 10.
I know, but this is you. This is your energy. Is you'll go 10 right from the jump. Like Dave Portnoy when he's doing pizza reviews, 10's not achievable, but you go right off the bat. Logan Paul, you say 10. So you saying nobody is better on a microphone than Logan Paul.
No, because he's natural and he's got my attention and I like it.
Look, I'll make the argument with you. I don't know that anybody is inherently better. I think there's people equally as good.
Yeah.
And there's people in the same stratosphere, but I'll go with you. I'll
never
defend
felt
you.
like somebody's over talked him or like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. I think that's a great example. Nobody's just talked circles around Logan Paul yet. Okay, so now this one is going to be difficult because I think he just got a new theme song.
Okay.
So we're going to go theme song. You can base it off of his old theme song if you'd like. His new one is something like called Humble or Stay Humble, and it's about him being humble, which, you know,
that's dumb.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
But you can base it off because I know you probably haven't. I don't think most people would even recognize that he had a new theme song.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually don't even remember his theme song. If I heard it, I'd probably be like,
it kind of goes like, hey, yo, and then it goes into the song. But so here we go.
We're going to give it like a 6.
That's high.
No, that's like a little bit above average.
But you don't even remember it, you said.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be worse.
All right. I mean, this is your ranking.
If I've heard it before and I didn't say I hated it, that means that it wasn't that bad.
Okay,
like, I would tell you if I hated it.
Fair.
I would remember that I hated it.
I see where you're at now on your scale. If you dislike it, it's probably going to go below a 5.
Yeah.
If you've never even mentioned disliking it, you're going to be in the middle. And then if you like it, you're up high. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. I'll stick with that, okay? Finishing move.
What is his finishing move?
So he has a new finisher as well.
Okay.
But up until this point, he's been using multiple different finishers. I think for casual sake,
jump thingy?
Yeah, I would go with something like he does a lot of frog splashes off the top ropes and things like that. Very similar to a Montez Ford finisher. He's had a couple different finishers, but he's got. I think he hit a move on AJ Styles like last week that Pat McAfee coined as his new finishing move.
Yeah,
but it hasn't been long enough to rank that. So you just go off of the finisher that you know.
Okay. So I mean, I think that we had a conversation one time that like finishers aren't such a big thing anymore. So I don't even really know everybody's finisher.
Yeah.
But like, I'll just go like a 6.
Okay.
Well, no, if I go for the frog splash, because I've seen him do it before and I think it's pretty cool, we'll go 6.5.
No, there's no 0.5s.
Okay,
don't
7. We'll go 7.
We'll go 7. 0.5s.
All right, I'll go 7.
So 7's fair because
I think it's really cool.
And he's done it. He's done it off the top onto the table and stuff before.
So in really cool ways.
Yeah, it does give.
It's not like he just sits on somebody's face.
That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird. That's a Rikishi thing. People are gonna come for us in the comments on this because technically that's probably not his finisher, but I think we're gonna go most memorable move would be what we'll call that right there. Now we got his just overall character. This is just kind of the aura of Logan Paul. If you're judging him as an overall character, you keep in mind the whole spectrum of the WWE. Where does he fall 1 through 10? Entire character.
7.
Interesting.
A solid 7 because like he's not such an integral part of everything that like I can't live without him. But when he's there, he has my attention, and I want to know what's going on.
I might have gone 8 with him, but 7's fine. 7, yeah. This is your casual perspective. Yeah, I'm just saying I might have gone 8 because I feel like you said earlier, when he's there, when he shows up, bless you. When he's there and he shows up, he's that guy. Like he is as good as we talk about. Last one here is his just overall in-ring impression on you.
His in-ring impression?
His wrestling. Like, this is the IWC metric. This is
wrestling.
The IWC wants to erase everything else we've talked about. And they talk about this as, so just his ability to do wrestling moves. What is your perception of that?
I'm going to give him an 8 because he's done some fucking moves that I haven't even seen other people do.
Love it. And the IWC will hate that. And I love that you said 8 because they don't understand the casual perception and how you see things. I love it. I love that.
When he wrestles, I'm excited to see what he's going to do. So.
All right. So you're going to compare him to Jay Uso.
Okay.
All right. So let's go right into it. Microphone skills. Where do you put Jay Uso on a microphone?
Honestly?
Yeah. No, I want you. Give me a gut reaction. Don't overthink it.
Like a 6.
I think that's
I don't think that he's the best on the microphone. I think he's got a good gimmick.
Sure. Well, we'll get there with character.
But yeah, I'm going to give him a 6.
6. Mm-hmm. Okay. Theme music.
I used to call him the doofy one.
Yeah, you did call him the doofy
I did call him the doofy brother.
Theme music.
Can I give this a 10?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to.
I think you got the whole crowd into it. That's a 10. That's a banger.
I think that is right now maybe the biggest banger in WWE.
Yeah.
Because that's what we talked about. Like, they're going to play that in nightclubs and stuff.
Exactly. Like, his entrance is what enthralls me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, hey.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so his finishing move, the noodle spear.
I don't really like spears.
Okay, so which is fair all around.
I'm going to go with like, I'm going to go 6 because
you're very generous.
I don't want to hate or not hate it. I'm going to give it a 6. It's not
I think it's one of
average,
the worst.
But like, it could be worse.
I don't think it can. I don't think the thing that is missing from Jay Uso.
Is that just the one where he like runs into them?
Yeah, but it's not like he does. So like Braun Breaker does the spear like a grown ass man. Okay, Roman Reigns is the next level of that. Mm-hmm. Jay Uso looks like a wet noodle when he tries to like it's messy is what I would say. So 6 is extremely generous on that.
Well, like I said, I don't quite remember it, so I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, but that's where I would go.
We'll go 6. We're gonna go 6. It was my opinion. I said 6.
Okay.
All right, go.
His overall character.
So his overall character.
Yeah, this is it. Just encompassing. This is basically encompassing everything that is not wrestling, like not in the ring wrestling. So you can
I'm
take a little.
Give him a 6 because I actually don't know exactly what. Like what?
Well, I don't think you're understanding
character?
this. So hold on, because I think 6 is that's.
So you're talking about his present. Outside
Yeah,
the
like
ring and everything like that?
Aura would be like a good.
His command of the crowd.
Yeah, kind of aura is I think a better way.
I'll give him an 8.
8?
Yeah, because he can definitely get the crowd going.
Okay.
Which if that's what we're going on, then I'm gonna give an 8 on that.
Yeah. See, I think so. I'm glad you went 8 at least because I think he's 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. But this is your ranking. Mm-hmm. I think he's 9 or 10. And then we have his in-ring. This is the IWC metric. How well he wrestles. I'm interested to hear what you think of this.
So
how well does Jay Uso wrestle?
What I will say is that every time that he like physically wrestles, I'm more excited for his entrance than I am to actually see him wrestle because I always feel like it's this long kind of drawn out thing and like we're gonna stop for a minute. Now we're gonna do something, then we're gonna stop.
Sure,
that's how it is in my mind.
Sure, that's fine, but I don't think that should impact.
It does in my mind.
Yeah, but that's rough. It shouldn't impact his in-ring ability. If you let's just say like you're playing the video game and you skip the entrance, okay?
Okay.
Let's say they go to commercial break and you don't have to sit through Jey Uso's entrance and he just starts wrestling. That's the number I want. I don't want you. I don't think it's fair to weigh it against. Well, he's so good at coming out that it
5
changes.
5 would be like. Okay,
5
6 is above average.
I think 5 is exactly average in the ring, and then you go from there.
6 is above average. 7 is I'm pretty good, so I'll go like 7.
Okay,
because he's not horrible.
7 I think is a solid number.
All right,
for Jey Uso. So you got 10. That's 12, 22, 30, 37.
Dang, what was the score?
37 to 38.
Who won?
Logan Paul.
Oh, dang.
You have Logan Paul. And look, this is what I suspected when I put these two people together. And I think it's interesting because once again, the IWC has to have a harsh dose of reality when we talk about the way casual fans perceive wrestlers. They love to hate on Logan Paul and say that what a bad wrestler he is.
I love Logan Paul.
But you ranked him a 38. And you ranked Jey Uso, this is out of a possible 50, a 37, which I think they're pretty in line.
Yeah.
When it comes to their tangibles and intangibles, I think it's up. But I had a feeling when I pinned these two together.
It was literally 1 point. That's crazy.
I had a feeling that Logan Paul was going to win that.
If you would have just asked me right off the bat, I would have said Logan Paul.
Interesting. You just would. If I told you Logan Paul versus Jey Uso, who's a better wrestler, you say that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think the knee-jerk tendency is to go Jey Uso just because when you think of him, like, now, let me ask you this question. Instead of looking at Jey Uso as just a singles wrestler, now include him in the Usos. And does that change your opinion? Because he's a phenomenal tag team wrestler.
Yes.
It does, right?
Yes,
so that's
because
interesting.
when they're together, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, agree. I think he's an amazing tag team wrestler, and I think that's a different world. All right, Lauren, as I said a few weeks ago when the IWC panicked over John Cena's last appearance on Monday Night Raw, I told everybody that he was going to show up again before WrestleMania, and they all told me I was crazy, that he's got a certain number of scheduled appearances. But here we are. John Cena is going to show up for the go-home episode of Friday Night SmackDown and try to solidify his WrestleMania main event status. Here's the problem. I think this is a direct reaction to the fact that he has had to look around and look at the rest of the card and see he's not the most interesting match on the card anymore. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk have anchored a build around WrestleMania that has surpassed what John Cena and Cody Rhodes have done, and I would argue right now that it's purely off of the John Cena heel turn, that moment at Elimination Chamber, that match is Sunday night and it is anchoring WrestleMania, because I do believe Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk is the more interesting match at WrestleMania. Where does the John Cena and Cody Rhodes match rank in terms of excitement for you?
It's like
you don't have to give it a
5.
number.
I mean, I'm really not excited, but I'm not like super excited. It's one of those things that honestly slips my mind.
I'm saying, like, weigh it against, so CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. Are you more or less excited?
I'm more excited to see that.
To see that than John Cena?
Yes.
Jade Cargill and Naomi.
I'm interested to see what Jade Cargill brings to the table.
But just in terms of John Cena, and because I'm trying to get your casual opinion here, in terms
Jade
of
Cargill.
Yeah.
I'm more excited to see that.
Okay, so it hasn't done its job. If it's not getting somebody like you hooked in to go,
I don't know why I'm supposed to like it other than that it's John Cena.
Sure, that's the point I'm trying to make, and this roots into what I've said is this match is going to desperately need The Rock. The Rock has to show up Sunday night. That is the only thing that can save, to me, this match that is not bad. People are going to think I'm hating on the match. There's nothing wrong with the match. But Sunday night, WrestleMania, that's the match of all matches. That's the one match the whole year that you want to be a part of. And you don't want the argument being made after WrestleMania that another match was competing for the excitement or the entertainment or whatever. You can have, like, there's always going to be a sleeper match on the card where you go like, oh, that match was great, but it should be solid in stone that John Cena and Cody Rhodes, and I don't think they can do that by themselves.
So what do you think The Rock would come in and do?
He's got to come in and screw Cody Rhodes. He's got to come in and take John Cena's side. I think you have to see Travis Scott. You have to see The Rock. I think all of those elements were present at Elimination Chamber, and we got zero answers up until this point of why any of this has happened. Like, John Cena has done a serviceable job of explaining why he's now a bad guy, but there's been no mention of, like, what The Rock's role is when it comes to this. And The Rock was the one who, like in Star Wars, he gave Order 66. Like, he gave the order to turn to the dark side. Mm-hmm. And we've gotten zero explanation why John Cena would take that order from The Rock. So I think at WrestleMania, to be the go-home match, to be the Sunday night, to be the thing, the moment that everybody's going to go home talking about, I think he has to show up. I really feel like it solidifies the fact that The Rock has to be there. He has to be there. If he does not show up, it is going to likely be disappointing, because I think a lot of people are going to, we do this thing, we build excitement, and it's WWE's fault, because don't tease The Rock back at an event last year with holding up a 2, then a 3, or a 3 and a 2, or whatever, like he's counting down. Don't give us these teases and then all of a sudden go, well, none of that really matters. It does matter. Like, we need that information. Lauren, Nick Khan has basically come out and said what I've been saying all along, and he has said that while he understands the IWC is going to overreact to everything that WWE does, it is in WWE's best interest to block out the IWC noise. Allow me to translate this for the idiots in the IWC who don't understand. Basically, WWE does not give a shit how much you cry and bitch online and think you're a better booker than the biggest wrestling company in the world. They're not listening because you are a subsection of the audience that is super teeny tiny. I had one guy tell me, like, oh, me and my friends talk, and you don't understand. The 12 guys you know do not equal the large portion of the audience. Khan went on to explain that the social media portion of WWE's audience is a small microcosm of the entire WWE audience. And while they do see the reactions, he admits that they see the reactions, but it's not big enough to provide them information to shift the story or react to what they see going on. And I just say, thank God that WWE has grown-ass businessmen running the company, right? And not some 42-year-old child who books what, like, his executive vice presidents and the basement-dwelling fans. The guy like Tony Khan, who lives and dies and responds to whatever Twitter is saying, that is, he is 100% booking for Twitter, and that is this small microcosm that Nick Khan talks about. That is the entire AEW audience, and that is why it cannot grow. So, Lauren, how does it feel to know that WWE is being run by a guy who understands that the wrestling audience is bigger than just the 45-year-old men that cry on TikTok week after week?
It feels very reassuring that we'll get some good shit coming out of it.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean they're not going to miss, but it means what I've said for a long time. There's a plan in place. They're following this plan.
It's still a business, so you have to run it like a business. And if you just listen to the people who are the loudest, doesn't necessarily mean that, like, they have the right idea or the wrong idea. You got to do what you think is best.
Sure, and the problem is when you dig even deeper into the microcosm, there's even sub-levels, right? It goes without saying. Almost everything that gets put on the internet, 50% of people like it, 50% of people hate it. It almost doesn't matter what it is. I can tell you this from videos that I post, right? I can post a video, and I know no matter which side of the argument I take, there's going to be a group of the IWC that agree with me, and there's going to be a group of the IWC that disagree with me. It's almost like the internet. There's a certain amount of people who just want to disagree.
I agree, because like a lot of times I'll like videos and I'll think something, but I don't necessarily comment it just because I'm not a huge commenter. I don't.
Well, so that, to me, that is what I define as like casual is the fact that you don't want to get involved in that conversation, right? You could express what you want, but you don't want people to come back and express to you what they want. And there's a subsection of the IWC that just wants to argue. They just want to fight. And I think it's impressive for Nick Khan to come out and openly say, like, we hear it, we see it, we know what's going on. And I think it goes one step farther. They consider it, right? There's probably a conversation like, okay, this is not getting great reception. We're not going to change the plan, but maybe we alter slightly how we feed this to the audience. And I think that's more appropriate than the audience didn't like this. We've got to change the story. We've got to go into panic mode. And it feels like that's what Tony Khan does. Or Tony Khan goes, well, if the Young Bucks say we should do it, let's just do it. And that, to me, that is the difference between a company that is finding major success versus a company that still feels like it's treading to stay above water. Lauren, Gunther has signed a new contract to keep him in WWE for the foreseeable future. He also said that he did not explore any other opportunities as his contract came to an end. You mean that Gunther didn't go ask Tony Khan that if he would overpay him to wrestle in front of 400 people while a bunch of gymnasts do flips and kicks around him? He didn't think that was an equal opportunity? Does that make sense,
probably
right?
Just like lift up the AEW guys.
Well, he's too big. That's for one. Gunther did say, though, Lauren, he got a tour bus out of his negotiations, which shout out to Gunther. You're getting what you need. He said, you don't get what you don't ask for. I agree with that 100%. I think that here's what I'll say, Lauren. I'll ask you first. Are you excited that Gunther has signed an extension with WWE? And what do you want to see from him in the future?
So, yes. I feel like Gunther hasn't quite found his voice, and we saw a little bit of it the other day. And I think that if he becomes more confident in being like the bad guy or boisterous or whatever, he could be really, really good because he's got the size, he's got the look, he's got the like whole idea of him.
Yes.
Screams badass.
Yeah.
Now he just got to like exude
well said.
it.
I couldn't have said that any better. I think that it's funny. I talk a lot of shit. Like I've been very hard on Gunther, and I think it's for everything that you just said. There's certain guys you look at and you go, they've tapped out the potential. They can't be better than what they are. And then I look at Gunther and I go, You're so close, buddy. You're so close. And the reason that I'm critical and the reason I call you the snooze general and the reason that I'm down on you is because you show me what you show me 2 weeks ago and I go, that's it. If you do that, if we get more of that, Gunther, you're the guy. You're talking now, you're going from a guy that I constantly criticize to a guy that I think has the potential to be one of the biggest wrestlers in the entire industry. So I think with Gunther, it's just a case of tap potential. It is, I'm 100% happy that he's re-signed with WWE. I'm glad he's on Team WWE. And I'm excited because hopefully, now I know we didn't get what we wanted this last week, but this is obviously Jay Uso's story.
Yeah.
And so let's let Jay Uso finish his chapter, and then let's take Gunther's momentum and go, give me more of what we saw 2 weeks ago. That's what I want to see. So I am excited. I genuinely am excited for that. All right, Lauren, it's time for a game of 10 questions. You are
Somehow
now
I knew that was coming.
0-3.
I should have gotten yesterday's. I feel like maybe I should get like an honorary point or something.
And you're back.
Okay, so we know. First question, is it a girl?
No.
So it's got to be a guy.
It's one.
Okay. Are they white?
Yes, that's two.
Okay. Do they have blonde hair?
No, that's three.
Okay. So they're white.
I don't know why I had to almost look that up.
They're white. They have
Sure.
brown hair.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Are they part of a tag team?
No, that's four.
Okay. Is their hair longer than their shoulders? So like buzz cut. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like
buzz cut?
So they're not buzz cut. You know how the guys, they do like these things like where they like shave it, or what's called a fadey, or I don't know what they're called.
A fadey?
A fadey, yes.
What is a fadey?
You know, like zzzz.
But wait, you said longer. So like you said longer than shoulder, but now you're going fade.
Yeah. So like if it's shoulder, like if it's long, would be like shoulder or longer.
It's not five. It's not long hair at all.
Okay, so it doesn't have long hair.
Five.
Okay. It's not a fadey. Okay.
That's not a fadey.
So he's got brown hair. He's white. He's got short hair. He's not part of a tag team.
Nope.
Okay. Is he a champ? Is he a champion?
Ever or right now?
Ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
Yes. 6.
Is he over the age of 30?
Yes. 7.
Okay. Would I have known him from another television show?
What does that mean?
So, like, has he ever been on another television show?
Yes. 8.
That made him famous?
Yes. That made him famous?
Well, that he was that I would have known him from.
Yes. 8.
Okay. Does the name start with an M?
No. 9.
It's not the Miz. Damn it. Okay.
One more, and then a guess.
Man, I don't know who it's gonna be now. Okay. Is he an announcer?
Is he an announcer?
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't do an announcer. I'm going to give you another question.
Man, I thought it was Pat McAfee.
No.
Okay.
I don't, at least this early in the 10 questions revival.
So side note, is this only current wrestlers, right?
Yes, they have to be like in the circle of wrestling right now.
Okay. He has brown hair. He's
Brown
white.
hair.
It's short. It's not Tommaso Ciampa. It's not Johnny Gargano.
Why does it look like you're looking at some notes over there?
I'm not cheating. I'm just
And
thinking.
you were studying earlier.
I did. I forgot everything.
You're going to kick yourself on this one.
I'm going to kick myself on this one.
This should not be a hard one.
I think it's The Miz, but it's not The Miz. I'm going to go with The Miz. I know that's wrong.
Wait,
but
you had another question. I gave you back because I'm letting you know I will not do an announcer so you don't burn a question on that.
He's not part of a tag team. He's white. He has short hair.
Uh-huh.
Is he married to another wrestler?
No, that's 10.
All right, so it's not Karrion Kross. White short hair.
Uh-huh.
And is it Austin Theory?
No.
Okay. John Cena. Damn it.
John Cena.
I don't know how I didn't get that.
So where
one.
you fucked up is you asked the question, was he on another television show? Austin Theory's not on another television show.
You know how you should know that I'm not excited about the John Cena fight? I forgot that he was even back in WWE. There we go.
He was on, Total Bellas, right? That
Total
counts?
Bellas, and he was on Peacemaker and like 10 million other things. But
so
like, he literally did not even cross my mind at all.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, he's not even on the
I didn't even
roster.
think of Peacemaker, to be honest with you.
Well, I did.
I know. But I didn't think of that when you
Honorary
asked.
point number 2.
What? How'd you get an honorary point?
Yeah.
All right. So, Lauren, the Sea of Thieves Guild has been officially created. I don't believe there's a way to put out like an open invite.
Okay.
So, the way we're going to do this, Wavy D's already said he's in. If you want to play Sea of Thieves with us, we have a couple casual boats in a guild that we're ready to go. Thursday night, we're going to play some Sea of Thieves. If you just want to be part of the guild and play on your own and use our boats, that's fine as well. Go ahead and drop your Xbox or your PlayStation 5 or your Sea of Thieves name. Just make sure you let me know which one it is in the comments of this video or in the Discord, and we'll link up and figure out how to get you into the guild.
Yes, sir.
So that you can play Sea of Thieves with us. Now, Lauren.
Yes.
To end every show,
Okay.
it is important that as a community, we make an effort to not be IWC swine, and we become cultured and we educate ourselves and we talk about things more than wrestling.
Okay.
So we're going to end each and every episode of CWCD with a fun Did You Know fact. That will be a bonus for anybody who makes it to the end of the episode. Then I will continue this conversation in the Discord and in the comment section of this video. But you got to make it to the end to know, because you're going to get in the comments and go, what the hell are they talking about, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Lauren, here's today's Did You Know fact. Okay, you're back.
All right.
Did you know that music can enhance the flavors of food? Studies show that certain sounds can influence your perception of flavors, with higher pitches making sweet foods taste better and lower tones making savory foods taste better. The concept is known scientifically as sonic seasoning, which means that the right background music could be the secret ingredient to a perfect meal. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So does that mean, though, if I go to Walmart and I buy some cheap steaks and I throw on Barry White, that we feel like we're at like a $200
we're fancy
filet mignon restaurant?
Put on that like Olive Garden music.
Does it mean like Salt Bay if I put the right music on, my steaks just automatically elevate? And I make a good steak. Let's not lie. I make a good steak. I could take a Walmart steak and make that bitch taste like it came from a Roost Chris. Mm-hmm. I could do that without music.
You're the only person who can make my steak the way I like it.
But now you're telling me if I throw on some Barry White with my level of cooking, that I might...
The home run.
Yeah, the room might explode. Let me ask you a question. What song makes McDonald's taste better? Because like if we're matching up music, it's like Barry White for a steak. But what do you eat with your chicken nuggets? What is that like? Britney Spears or something?
I don't know why Kesha jumped in my head.
Kesha seems like a very McDonald's.
I just felt like I needed to do that.
Like you eat with your Big Mac. What are you listening to?
But I like doom, doom, doom type music. The faster the beat.
Yelp needs a new section where they like rate the
ambience, the music.
Well, not just that, maybe not Yelp, maybe like a website that like pairs, you know how they pair wine with cheese? Maybe you pair certain foods with like a soundtrack. Here's the soundtrack, like a cookbook that says like, if you're going to make this chicken dish, you got to play the Beatles along with it or something. That's crazy. I actually wonder if you do that, if you actually feel different. Factor cap on this one. I'm going to go, for me personally, I'm going to go cap, because I actually don't even listen to music. I don't hear the words. I just hear. But it's not. So it's not saying words. It's pitches. The pitches. It's the sonic frequency. So higher pitches make sweeter things. So if you just put on a fucking beep, that cupcake's gonna taste amazing. Yeah. I don't think so. But I mean,
I could be totally wrong.
Sonic seasoning, Lauren.
Sonic seasoning.
Sonic seasoning.
A little
I
bit of
call
sprinkle
bullshit
on it.
on this.
I mean, I think so. I don't know.
I can't. I mean, maybe I'll try it. Throw my AirPods in.
But I'm also super susceptible to like subliminal.
This does taste better.
Yes, like, oh man.
How do you so did like someone like cut their steak up and oh, that's good, right? And then they put on fucking music. They're like, it just got better. Is that how do you judge this?
I mean, what study did they do?
That's what I'm saying. Who's paying for this study? And what school is this shit happening at?
When we play
Sonic
music,
seasoning.
Does this steak taste better or worse?
Just sprinkle a little Barry Manilow on it. Fucking stupid. That's a wrap for today, guys. Lauren gave us a casual rating of Logan Paul and Jay Uso. Nick Khan told us how small the IWC really is. And we learned about a bullshit called Sonic seasoning. Like, subscribe, and drop your pick for who you would choose between Jay Uso and Logan Paul. And don't forget that the Casual Wrestling merch store drops on Monday. Some WrestleMania heat will be in the store. I am the notorious Dirty D. That is Level Up Lauren, and this was CWCD. Stay loud, stay loyal, stay casual. Ring the final bell.
Ding, 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 ding.